Okay, part three, if not part two. Again. Yeah. So once again, family ties, the state of Mississippi. So once again, what I was trying to explain and slash express in the first video, pretty much was indeed, because my cousin did just text me saying, no, these other, cities in Mississippi have all those things, if not most of those things, and you should have just said it was Greenwood that didn't have those things of all the restaurants, the YMCA, the city vibes, and more. So in that case, I just thought to myself like 5 minutes ago, okay, possibly also what I should have said in the first video was not that Mississippi didn't have those things. It was the fact that I think I kind of did subliminally say it. It was the fact being they just didn't have them on the same rate as Jacksonville has, on the same rate as the most of the state of Florida. You go around most of the state of Florida, if not all the state of Florida, we have all those around almost every corner which you turn. And I think that's part of what I was trying to say. Like literally every corner which you turn, we have all of that plus more, And indeed, the difference is that to get to those particular cities in Mississippi is more so you would have to travel. I think an hour, 2 hours, in order to get to those cities that had those city vibes, had the culture, had the restaurants, had the YMCA. I think again that's a part of the cleanup version of what I'm trying to say is that it's not that I try to make Mississippi out to be, and please forgive me if I did try to make Mississippi out to be as if it just had nothing, because I've definitely been on record before and said Mississippi has a lot. If you were to ask me, it's not on the same scale, not on the same rate as Florida, at least from my either uneducated or just biased opinion, or my educated but still, slightly, not so correct opinion, if that makes any sense. And the reason why I say that is because the fact being, at least from what I know about Florida and being born and raised here in Jacksonville and Nocatee, what I know is, at least from what I feel also is, everywhere you go, we have everything you're looking for. Everywhere you go, there's something to do, there's some place to be, there's something to learn, there's something to eat, there's someone to talk to. Almost everywhere you go, you have a lot. So it's not to say that Mississippi doesn't have, city vibes. It's just that here it's more of everywhere you go, they have city vibes. If you were to personally ask me from, I guess, what I believe I know, and so on and so on. And the fact is you don't have to drive an hour, if not 2 hours, to get to those places. You can drive literally 30 minutes, if not less, to get to those places, if not within 15 minutes, depending on where you live, here in Florida, and particularly Jacksonville and Nocatee. And maybe I just don't know what I'm saying altogether, and I guess I'm just trying to express the fact being I love Mississippi, I love Florida, but Mississippi, is a calling for later on in life. Florida's a calling for right now. I have so many friends that just graduated in Nice that are still going to stay local to go to school that I want to hang out with for more years to come. I have more kids that are going into Nice as incoming freshmen that I want to be around to mentor. I want to be around to support and encourage in life, school, and sports. So many kids, that are still at Valley Ridge and still at Landrum and PVA, Palm Valley Academy, look the schools up if you don't know them, and so on and so on. That again, I want to be around to help make sure their middle school years goes splendid, goes well, goes swell. And once again, they are on the God first right track, towards entering high school with a healthy, happy, lovable, attitude, mindset, and so on and so on. And like I say, it's not to say that there's nothing in Mississippi. There's plenty in Mississippi. It's just the fact being, I just have that gut feeling, soul calling that this is where I'm supposed to be. The Mecca that I was born and raised in is where I'm supposed to be. Not that Mississippi doesn't have its own little, again, larger cities that have everything that I'm trying to explain, because they obviously do. Like my cousin just messaged me, they obviously do. It's just either A, I haven't been to those cities, or B, once again, you have to travel long distances to go to those cities versus here where I am in Jacksonville and Nocatee, you don't have to. They're all within 30 minutes, if not less, of you, and so on and so on. And everywhere you turn, at least from everywhere I've been thus far, which isn't a ton, but it's good enough, I would say, everywhere I turn, there's something to do. There's some place to be. There's something to eat. There's people to interact with. There's nice families, nice communities, nice neighbors. You name it. There's investments. There's towers. There's this. There's that. So, God bless Mississippi. It's just Mississippi feels like a calling for later on in life. Not right now. I feel like at 22 years old, God has blessed me to really be set up right here in my Mecca, which I was born and raised in, to make it happen, glorify His name, and just set trends, make things happen, you name it. Onward and onward and onward. I love Mississippi. It's just the fact being that, once again, I still don't think it's on the same rate. That's one of the biggest differences I'm trying to explain here, is that Mississippi vibes versus Florida vibes, it's still not on the same rate. Like I said, I think, and people can call, people can call DuckTales on this or do your own research and prove me wrong, because, again, I don't know everything I'm talking about anyway. At least I can godly admit it. That I think I just got that gut feeling, soul calling, that tells me it's not on the same rate. Where he said, he named like 3-4 different, cities in Mississippi that have everything that I'm naming. Okay, well, that's the difference between, Mississippi and Florida. You can name 3-4. For every 3-4 you can name Mississippi, I can name probably like 10. Might be an exaggerated number, but still, I think you understand. The point is, we have more of it here. Sure, you have it down there, but we have more of it here, with more cities, more expansion, more investment, more retail, more everything. Sure, you have it in a few cities that you have to travel a couple hours to. Here, you don't have to really travel a couple hours, or even if you did, like I say, it's more open, it's more collected, it's more vibrant, or whatever words you were to put there. And maybe I'm just a Mississippi hater. I ain't gonna lie, maybe I'm just a Mississippi hater. God forgive me if I truly am and I just don't realize it. Maybe I'm just a Mississippi hater. I don't know. I love Mississippi, but it's like, I guess when you look at this video and the last video, it's like, is this kid just reaching for things bad to say about Mississippi? I wouldn't say I am. Again, do your research. I wouldn't say that I am. I just read a report last night about how the teachers' salaries are one of the worst in the country. So I don't think I'm reaching on anything. And I've been through Greenwood multiple times. So I don't think I'm really reaching for anything. And God bless the entire Delta itself, even though I haven't been through all the Delta. But I don't think I'm really reaching for anything, personally. But maybe that's just my opinion, and maybe I am wrong. And one of the top things, if you know anything about me, I'm always open to admitting that I'm wrong and full of crap. I'm always open to admitting that, because I know how to learn. I know how to be humble. I know how to just admit when I'm wrong, or whatever the cases might be, and etc. I guess you could just say, again, I'm just so in love with where I'm from, where I was born and raised, to where no other place feels like it compares. That might be what it is. I'm so used to where I'm from, where I was born and raised, where everything else just feels like it doesn't compare, even if it evenly does. So I might just be biased. Forgive me if I am. Okay, I'm not trying to be biased. But maybe that's what I am, and I'm just biased, and I don't even realize it, okay? And so on. But God bless Mississippi. I love Mississippi. Like I said, Mississippi has a lot. I just have this gut feeling, soul calling, that it's still not on the same scale, not on the same rate as Florida. Where sure, for every 2-3 cities that my cousin named, dude, multiply that by 2, if not 3, if not even 4. That's what you have here in Florida. I think that's another big part of what I was trying to explain. For every 2-3 he named, multiply that by 2, if not 3, if not 4, if not 5. That's where the economic scale is. That's where the development scale is, and more, here in Florida versus Mississippi. And like I said, I just read a report last night about how Mississippi teachers are some of the lowest paid in the country. And I don't know where Florida ranks on its, on its teacher pay, public teacher pay, and etc. But I don't think we rank as one of the lowest. I think we rank as probably, if not in the middle range, probably, I believe so, one of the highest. But that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. If you want to do your research on it and drop a comment with a link, God first, do it. Because I'm trying to learn. I want to learn. I am one of the most open-minded, humble people you'll ever meet on this stuff. I do not like lying to myself. I love telling the truth about everything. I love being open-minded about everything. I want to learn everything. Okay, I don't want to be biased. I don't want to be double standard. I don't want to be hypocritical. I love Jesus, and I want us all to cohesively grow with him, and so on. But that's just what my gut feeling, soul calling says. It's still not on the same scale. Still not on the same rate. We still have different scales and different rates. But again, Maybe I just love my hometown so much and my state so much that I'm just biased. I don't know. But God bless Mississippi. Like I said, I would love to do a lot for the Delta, let alone a lot for the whole state, let alone a lot for Greenwood itself, eventually sometime coming soon. I don't know when that is. But just to let you know, like I said in the first video, in order for me to do that, I would need to do it from a financially rich state first to give back to a poorer state. I think that makes, once again, all the common sense 2 plus 2, if not just 1 plus 1. You know, work with the richer state to give back to the poorer state, you know, and etc. And yeah, I was alarmed when I read that last night about Mississippi's teachers being one of the, you know, lowest paid. I mean, wow. I mean, I definitely have my opinions on that, but I just don't know how to phrase them, how to word them, and should I even say them in this video? But I thank everybody for listening, watching, subscribing, so on and so on. Like I said, I got a personality for the camera. People, for the most part, love me. I'm electric. You know, I believe I can make it anywhere I want. You know, any place, anytime, any given where. God is good for better and for worse. And I believe that's not only just trademarks by me, but that's just who I am, what I believe in, what drives my spirit and my soul to keep going forward. And like I said before, I've seen the most blessings when I got out there and I talked to people, I communicated with people, I was real with people, and I helped spread, you know, Christ's name and God's word to people. And I believe that that's one of the top things that makes me who I am, and definitely will prosper me to Godspeed success and God first due timing, and so on and so on, you know. And so with that being said, I do hope everybody has a great blessing today. And I think, by the way, in the first video, I meant to say what, like, Mississippi has its club teams, but it's like down here in Florida, we have Florida Elite, we have Jacksonville Armada, 2 I can name, and then we have Stealth. But then I'm like, we have a lot more than that. Those are just the 3 that I could immediately name. We have a lot more than that. Those are just the 3 I could immediately sharply name, because those are the ones that I got a lot of friends in, you know, and so on and so on. And for anybody saying that they're not your friends or whatever else, as I think I've told myself this before, and I feel like the Holy Spirit has told me this before, until you're willing to come into my life and walk with me in my life, you know, and or go talk to those same people who you're saying are not my friends and talk to them about who I am and what I'm trying to do and where I'm going in life, I don't think anybody can say anything and they're just reaching on everything, just have something to say. You have got to get out of your head one way or another to get ahead. And if you don't do that, you can only blame nobody but yourself for the reason why you are still where you are in today's day and age. You know, this is 2020 for a reason. God did not bless us to make the 2020 for no good reason. He wants us to grow. He wants us to develop. He wants things to you know, to move, and the chains to, you know, yeah, you know, with one thing to move, wants the chains to move. But we have to learn how to cohesively, concertedly work with somebody, let alone each other, in order to reap the full blessings, full blessings, full benefits of our blessings, for better and for worse. That's how this life goes. That's how, if you were to ask, that's how the most proper, genuine, authentic life goes, etc. So yeah, we got a lot more club teams than just those 3. Those are just the only 3 that I could, you know, at the top of my head name. So, but with that being said, like I said, I love everybody. God bless the state of Mississippi. I'm not trying to just put down the state of Mississippi as their, you know, a bunch of negative terms, you know, but I am definitely saying that I just got that gut feeling, soul calling, that compared to Florida, we still have it on a bigger, larger scale. For every 2-3 cities, you have it, we have it, like 3-4. Yeah, actually, for every 2-3, multiply that by 2, or multiply that by 3, multiply that by 4 or 5. That's where I feel like the rate of it is with my state of Florida. You know, both states have their agriculture. Both states have their pluses and their minuses. I guess it also just depends on what godly fits you. Do you want to travel 2-3 hours to go to this, to go to that? You know, particularly certain stores. Do you want to travel 2-3 hours to go see 2 on one block, or 2 within 15 minutes, or whatever else? You know, it all depends on what you want, and also depends on if you can fact check everything I'm saying and whether I'm just making stuff up or not. Because I think I just made something. I think with this video, if not the last thing, I think I might just be making some of this stuff up. You know, but forgive me if I am. And like I say, no shade being thrown for the most part. I love both states. I'll try to give back whenever I can. I just believe, once again, this is my Mecca. This is my calling. And I want to follow that to the best of my God-first will and abilities. God first. God bless your boy, man. NJ to the city with the number 2 and TO out. Peace.